Welcome to Tooltech Geek. I want to talk about the Gerber Dual Force. I recently acquired this from Duluth Trading. They have a very good deal, so I ordered one. I will share with you my impressions about this tool. First thing, it's very large. Much bigger than anything else I have. Basically, you can see it's almost 8 inches long, very large. And almost the largest other tool I have is one of these die camping, which is a clone of the Leatherman Surge, and this is way longer than that, and that's going to be a factor in the usage of the plier. So the distance you get from this pivot to the end is pretty long, so that gives you a lot of leverage. And another point they make is the strength you can apply, because this has a movable jaw there, and you can grab a thing and have these being pretty close down, which means, for example, like this, you can grab a large fastener, and this distance is very small, so you can apply a lot of force, much more than you can do with any other multi-tool. Anything else is gonna be very open when you're trying to grab such a type of fastener. So here it will be hard to apply all that force. So that's a big claim to fame for the Dual Force, is a completely different system. Also, these jaws, they're thinner than I thought, and they're laminated, so they're made of little plates in a way that's similar to this multi-tool I built by having different plates kind of attached together with fasteners. So it's the same system, and seems to work, but in a way it feels a little bit cheap, and I imagine this to be like a very sturdy tool because it has that force capability, but it feels a little bit like wonky, wobbly. So all these things kind of move, and this flexes quite a bit. So it doesn't have a solid feel to it, which it was different than what I expected. In some of the forums, some people complain that these jaws are not hard enough, so these teeth might wear out over time. So possibly, if you're going to do some heavy duty work, maybe just use a regular pliers, not a multi-tool. So even though this is heavy duty, it's meant to be like a portable thing and something you can carry with you. Some of the other features that it has, one that's really kind of nice is the screwdriver, which extends pretty much into a center position, and it has an interchangeable bit driver, and it has a very neat system to store the bits, which is kind of nice. This particular unit came all full of oil and smelled like some kind of oil, so like some other tools, they oil them up a lot to prevent corrosion. These bits were full of, they're still a little bit full of some kind of oil. Maybe the oil attacks a little bit the plastic, I don't know. The screwdriver looks really good. Looks like it could have a lot of reach, which it's not very common. Most multi-tools you will have only a couple inches of reach, but this one is pretty much more than 3 and unobstructed. So if there is a very inaccessible type of fastener you need to reach, this will do it. If you're repairing some engine or something, this will reach, and very comfortable to grab it. So that's a really good one of the stronger tools of this. Then it has a file with a chisel, so I'm not sure what I would use this chisel for. I suppose it can do like chiseling things, such as cutting wood. I wouldn't want to hit it with a hammer, which is how you actually use a chisel, but some of the tools have chisels. I guess you could do some work. If you know what people use these chisels for, let me know. I don't. It's been a long time since I did wood shop, but it doesn't seem like a good idea to chiseling with multi tools, because if this snaps, it can break, etc. So maybe for light duty chiseling, I suppose, or scraping something, that could be. It's pretty sharp, which a bit unusual to have such a kind of sharp chisel there. Then it has a saw, wood saw, pretty decent length, almost 3 inches, or in centimeters that will be 70, almost 70 millimeters. So very sizable saw, and looks very thick, so it's not gonna bend probably. And then of course it has a blade that is pretty sizable and has that shape. It's got a serial number, so really comes short from the factory. So it looks like a decent tool. It doesn't have too many bells and whistles, only few functions. Basically it's 4 tools and the pliers. It has a wire cutting function that's opposite of where it usually is, and it works. Can cut wire, and I think it even has this hard versus soft wire. It has like a little round notch that supposedly is for larger kind of caliber, like size of wire, but I'm using that. These pliers are not very pointy or needle nose as they usually are on other multi-tool, so with this you could do maybe some sort of fine like wire bending. These are a little more just for maybe for fasteners or whatnot, and they are a little bit loose in a way. I don't know if you can see the movement. So they're held together by this type of pivot, which is different than what you have in other kind of regular piles, where it's kind of like a rivet that's kind of hammered in. This one seems to be removable because it has this notch here, and it's kind of a completely different system. It's got some rulers on the sides that they start for some reason here instead of usually with the multi-tools they start at the end, so you can start the 0 there, but the 0 here starts at this point. So if if you're going to measure something, I guess you will have to put this on the side and look at it this way. So it has two rulers on both sides. So this one starts here and goes that way. It's metric inches metric. Those are the rulers. It's lightweighted, so it has all these holes that reduce the weight. This bent metal produces a soft kind of pretty good handle that doesn't have what they call the hot spots, where things are a little too sharp to hold. So this is pretty good. It's not as heavy as you would imagine for how big it is, so that's kind of nice. It's kind of in line with some of the other Gerbers, like the Suspension NXT, which is pretty lightweight and has a lot of power. So the weight here, let's see, 338 grams, and I'm gonna compare it with this Surge Clone, which is a Burberry, 314. So only slightly heavier. Let's try in ounces. So this is 11.9, and here we have 11. So 1 ounce difference, more or less, or 0.9. Not as heavy as I thought for how kind of long it is, and all this force you can apply. And you can grab really large fasteners, probably more than we can do with other multi-tools. So this definitely has a place in some sort of toolboxes or some specialized applications. So I don't think I will carry these on me, even though it comes with this sheath, this nylon sheath, and it seems to have an extra pocket, probably where you could put more screwdriver bits, and this can go both ways. It has these loops where it could go horizontally in a belt, but also it could go vertically with this other loop, so it's kind of nice. These stitches, probably need to cut some of that string there. So, largest multi-tool, it was on sale and I really wanted to see it. It feels cheaper than what it is. The list price is over $100. This is the price when it's not discounted, $119, so $120. I got it, I think it was half price, more like in the $60 range, so that was okay for me, but I don't think I would pay $120 for this tool. I don't know if I have a use for such heavy duty thing. It's not an easy thing, but it was nice to look at it and see this very different technology. Here it looks like they stamped some triangles, but they didn't really punch them out to lightweight it, so maybe it's decorative. I don't know. But here's the Dual Force. Maybe I'll use it for some tasks where you really need all this plier power. Almost as good as dedicated pliers. So that's it, and thank you for watching.